Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone's week went well. I hope the weekend went even better. As you noticed, man, I took a small break from social media. I had to detox because you understand the issues that I talk about on a weekly basis are issues that polarize it, man. They're very responses. They come from varied people, and a lot of those responses are not positive in the least bit. But now that's not really the reason for the break. The reason for the break is to clear my head and get some clear thinking going so that I can approach this particular platform with the best of intentions. That's always been the case for me, to push positivity. And so I'm reevaluating whether or not the content that I provide is doing just that. We don't hope to alienate anyone. That's not the case. But what we do want to do is provide practical suggestions for individuals to use in their life, especially men, because this is a platform for men by men. And so that was the reason for the break. But we're back. And on Monday, we always try to dwell on something that's positive. I'll say one word to you: manifest. And I know that's kind of a dated word. I remember they had a show called Manifest, but what am I referring to? Well, last week I had a customer that I had to go out and install a security system for. And when she first met me, I could tell that maybe there was something that was not quite right about her as far as her demeanor was concerned. And so I asked her for the manifest for her particular system. And usually, individuals get the point. The manifest it's a list of all of the devices that come along with the system, and it's used so that I can do the inventory to make sure that she has everything before we start the process. I like to do that. I like to lay everything out so the customer knows exactly what it is that they'll be getting in regards to their system. But now, as the time went on, I noticed that she was upset, quite a bit so. I don't know what was going on in her life at that particular point, but I know that she was bothered from the various conversations that she had with her mom, and then also with her system rep. Evidently, they had left out some things that she really wanted to get put into her system, which would have to be delayed now. And so we went ahead with the installation, though. We put in everything that we possibly could, all of the devices that were there. And the funny thing happened. Because I asked her about that manifest, she got upset. I don't know about no manifest. They ain't sent me no manifest. And I remained calm. And then I asked her how many devices did she have in total. Well, y'all supposed to know this. Y'all supposed to be trained. And I remained calm. No outbursts from me. I said, well, ma'am, the thing about it is I have to know the number of devices in total. So that I can make my report, and I want my report to be factual. Now, as I mentioned, as time went on, things became more and more difficult. But what happened, I think, because there was a dramatic shift in her personality. And I think what happened is because of the fact that I had control of myself. I displayed some discipline in that particular instance, that she was allowed to vent the frustration that she had successfully, and so she was able to come back down. She was able to calm down. And so I guess that's the point of what I'm saying. If you can demonstrate self-control in most situations, then you can control what goes on around you, right? You have control over that situation because you're able to control yourself. One more time. You can control the situation because you're able to control yourself. Now, there are some extenuating circumstances that you couldn't control them even if you wanted to. Impossible. But in most interactions between us, we can do this. It's possible. There's an instance where an individual comes in and they are on cloud nine because of things that have happened during the day, and they're met with a spouse who has had a bad day, and it brings that individual down, and vice versa. So if you can maintain control over how you feel, then you can control the situation. And I think that this particular customer is an example of that. Because I was able to employ discipline, self-control, then the difficulties that she was going through, in the end, she was able to vent those and she was able to go on with life. Because see, you understand, because of the fact that I was employing self-control, I didn't give in to screaming and harsh speech like she was. And it gave her a moment, I believe, to think about how she approached the situation. And later she came back and she was very apologetic. She asked me where I was originally from. And when she found out I was originally from Belzoni, then the conversation just took off. And we had a wonderful last few minutes. We really did. I enjoyed speaking with her. Matter of fact, I knew some of her family members that were from Belzoni. And the conversation just took a turn, as I mentioned, for the best. All because I refused to allow myself to give in to the negativity that was going on with her at the time. And it would appear that I was even able to pull her out of it because of the fact that I was in control of myself. Now, make no mistake, now I've been working on self-control for the last few years because I see that it's something that you have to have if you're going to be successful as a man. Not as a male, as a man. You're going to have to be able to pull yourself back. You're going to have to be able to demonstrate restraint because in a lot of situations, that restraint will give those the time they need around you to calm down, and it will prevent you from adding gas to the fire. So I think that's the point for this morning. Self-control, man. You'll never regret entering into a situation with self-control because it's always a wonderful thing to do because it gives everyone the benefit of the doubt in the situation. You don't react based upon the way that they treat you. You react based upon the outcome that you want in the situation. And so I think that's a more logical, a more sound approach. And I think that that's something that we all would do well to think about, consider, and then put into play. But now that's enough of me preaching. You know, on Mondays, you know, we're trying to be positive. But like I mentioned now, the break from social media, I'm reevaluating now what videos I'll continue to make, what ones I'll discard. But you better believe one thing. We're going to try to stay true to the purpose of this channel. We're going to try to promote positive masculinity, accountability, discipline, determination. Those are things we're going to continue to advocate for. And we're going to try to be as objective and as positive as we possibly can. Because we know that there are a lot of brothers out there that need it. I get direct messages, DMs, almost every day about brothers who have heard the circumstances that I've had to go through in my life, and they've been comforted by the fact that I refuse to let these things back me up. I refuse to cause them to make me regret the decisions that I've made. They have, enjoyed and benefited from the content that I made. So we're going to continue to go. We mean no harm. We don't hate women. That's not the case. We're not putting one race above another. But you got to understand, as a black man, I have to speak on issues that affect my community because those same issues affect me. I don't think that's too much to ask for, do you? So, as always, man, please do something positive this week and see it return to you in greater measure. If you don't believe me, try it out. You do it this week, man, and you'll do it for the rest of your life. But as always, man, I hope that everything that you planned for, everything that you sat down and drew up, I hope it works out for you this week. I hope your week is productive. I hope you're able to get a whole lot of things done that you have on your list. As always, we love you.